What a nightmare scenario is happening in Switzerland, guys. Imagine you're sitting in a moving train and then you see a monster avalanche. This is how the authorities in Switzerland are calling this avalanche, a monster avalanche coming towards you. You're in the train. What can you do? You can't run away from it. The train runs here and the avalanche is basically coming towards the side of the train. Amazing footage that I'm going to show you from the moment when the avalanche started to come down the mountain and was coming towards the people in the train. But also, another avalanche in Switzerland has derailed a train, which is even worse. So what is going on right now? The conditions are absolutely bad. So a moving train hit by this avalanche in the Swiss mountain canton of Valais. A massive avalanche was coming down. Passengers have filmed that spectacular moment from inside the train. Thankfully, nobody was injured, but it was absolutely crazy. Let's start with this one. This is the Matterhorn-Gotthard Railway. And this avalanche, with lots of dust, right? It's snow, struck that Matterhorn-Gotthard Railway near the Randa-Valais area shortly before noon. And the problem is due to the current weather. The avalanche conditions are severe right now. They suspended the train service, of course, after that. So the video that was submitted shows that incident, and eyewitnesses filmed the avalanche, and one eyewitness said she was on her way to Zermatt for a skiing holiday. Nice skiing area, really, really beautiful. I've been in this area multiple times for skiing. So she said, I was sitting on the train when an avalanche thundered, she said, over us, over the train. And of course you're thinking, is this going to derail the train? Are we going to tumble with the avalanche? Are we going to run out of air? This is really critical. She said the train was traveling between Arlberg and Randa. And after the avalanche, the train staff, she said, took great care of the passengers. Nobody was injured. And then the police and the fire department from St. Niklaus arrived. And they said after 90 minutes, they were able to transfer the passengers to a postal bus, the Postbus. That's in Switzerland. That's how these buses, public bus system, basically they call it Postbus. But they needed to plow the road first because they could get anyone out, because this was so big. So the president of the municipality of Tesch, Mario Fuchs, said to the media, no injuries or major damages to report right now. And the Matterhorn-Gotthard Railway has announced that in consultation with natural hazard specialists, they decided to suspend the operations on this St. Niklaus Tesch line until further notice. And of course, this makes sense because so much is going on. Also in the area where we had that mountain and glacier collapse, Blatten. I want to show you something else. There was an avalanche in the Lötschental Valley, and that has completely blocked out the road. The road was closed for several hours between Goppenstein and Gampel in Valais. And I mean, this is some mountain tunnel, right? And you see that it's completely stuck with snow. It's absolutely crazy, the amount of snow that is coming down. And especially a lot of fresh snow and then a lot of storms that are happening. They lead to these spontaneous avalanches. It's particularly in this area, northern Alpine Ridge and in the Valais Valley. But then a train derailed because of an avalanche between Goppenstein and Brig, and that led to the evacuation of 29 commuters, and the line was still closed. The train was derailing. It was a different situation than the one we had in Zermatt. So it seems the avalanche happened first and put a lot of snow on the tracks of the train. And it was so massive that the train derailed. One person was taken into hospital and 5 people were injured in this derailing. They were treated on scene by the emergency services. The other passengers on the train, thankfully, were safely evacuated. So 29 people on board of that train. Derailment occurred in the morning, which is good, gives you enough time during daylight to take care of the people, 7 a.m. And it seems it was an exit It's called the Stock Gallery. It's also kind of a tunnel system. And then the train came out and it was blocked with this avalanche. But they still do not have fully determined the cause of this accident. The Swiss Federal Railways, SBB, they have confirmed that the avalanche is the cause of the disruption to the train services. And fresh snowfall continues. It's causing the problems in many Swiss towns. So right now, the danger level for avalanches is at highest level across large parts of the Swiss Alps. Large amounts of fresh snow, wind-drifted snow, avalanches can occur spontaneously even without human intervention, like off area snow mountain goers, right, that go into untouched areas and trigger these avalanches. And more bad news from Austria, unfortunately. This is a skiing area where I have skied many times. I know the area very, very well, so this is really tragic. And it's also been snowing in Austria for days, and many avalanches have been triggered. So unfortunately, people were lost in this one. We've had power outages, we've had traffic blocked by these avalanches, and unfortunately, just a day ago, several people were lost in St.Anton am Arlberg. This is the area, how it's called. Beautiful area, great skiing, but several avalanches, and they were not able to rescue 2 people. They only found them unalived, as you have to say on YouTube these days. It's stupid, but sorry guys. And then they had like about 40 centimeters of new snow in a very short period of time. So just on that tragic day, they had more than 30 avalanches. And also there, lots of snow, lots of storms. So they say especially above like 1,600 meters above that is where the avalanche danger is very, very high. Main problem, that is the problem for all of that, new fresh snow. So if you plan to go on a ski trip or whatever you want to do in the mountains, be aware of that. There's high warning, and sometimes it can hit you anywhere. You can see it. You're in the village and it comes towards you. Also, the villages are not necessarily safe from these avalanches. There has been incidents in the past where avalanches destroyed homes or hotels and stuff like that. So if you do not necessarily have to go skiing right now, maybe wait a little bit. That would be my recommendation, guys. And if you want to see a really crazy avalanche, and I said Darwin Award because people don't seem to realize that the danger is coming towards them, although you can hear it. They stand there and they even ski towards it, which is kind of crazy. Mont Blanc is where this happened. Check the video on the end screen, and I see you there in a second. Thank you.